Hello, everybody, and welcome to NASCAR.com GarageCam. And this is Atlanta Motor Speedway, and we're at a hauler. Who's hauler? Hey, it's this guy, Michael McDowell. What's up, man?
Not much, just getting ready. It's a nice morning here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
And you match the walls?
I do, yeah, I just noticed that. You know, got a little retro theme here in Atlanta. Got the red, and white, and blue walls back. Got the suit. We didn't do that on purpose. It just happened.
Yeah, it just happened. Hey, we had a question. I think it was McFarland or John Mag, I forgot his name, on Twitter using hashtag GarageCam, wanted to know this new rules package and the new stages. How does that fit your driving style? Does it in any way?
You know, I think that there's a lot of advantages to being a small team with the stages because you can go for it. You know, the likelihood of us running in the top 5 all day long, you know, is probably less likely than us going in, doing a little fuel strategy, stealing a segment, kind of mixing it up. The thing that we don't know, though, is how many of the top runners are going to do the same thing. How many of them are going to throw a strategy in there? So we just got to wait. You know, we got to wait and see what everybody does. You know, we all have plans, and we're thinking about all of it. But at the same time, you know, you got to wait and see what happens in the race. So a lot of unknowns, but definitely fun. Some exciting things to think about, and you never know.
Okay, you know we like to have fun on GarageCam. So, you know, the saying is we pull something from left field. Well, we're at a racetrack, so we're going to pull something from behind the chicken bone section of the grandstands here. 3 things that fans watching GarageCam might not know about Michael McDowell.
3 things that you don't know. First thing is I'm a lyrical gangster, so people probably don't know that.
Obviously, yeah.
Obviously, you know, I have great partners with K-Love, and, you know, I listen to Christian music, but there's a lot of great Christian rappers out there. Tadashi's actually going to be here this weekend with me.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
So it's probably something you wouldn't expect. What else? Yeah, I'm pretty assuming. I like to kill and eat meat. Don't know if you know that or not.
Bottom line is, I think, you and I have that in common.
Yeah, if it moves and it has fur and it's not a house pet, there's a good chance it's been on the plate. And let's see, next thing you don't know, maybe. This is the first year I've ever flown to Atlanta. Ever.
Really? So you didn't drive the bus down here, dude?
No. Yeah, I've moved on to greener pastures.
Really?
My family and I are flying to the races now. It's crazy.
Wow.
We got my my in-laws driving the motorhome, so that's been a lot of fun. It's been really cool.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
huge run last week at Daytona there. You know, a top 15 and running really strong up front. That's just got to be a great shot in the arm. Yeah,
it is. It's a lot of fun. Really rewarding for the guys that work so hard in the off season. You know, we had a top 5 run going, ran out of gas, still to leave, you know, Daytona 15th. We're happy, but at the same time, we're like, man, we were close. So, yeah, we'll see what Atlanta holds.
All right. Well, thank you, Michael McDowell, the driver of this K-Love Levine Family Racing machine, the number 95, as McDowell gets ready for practice at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is NASCAR.com GarageCam. Hey, if you notice, there's no chat bubble. There's no chat room right now. So get on Twitter. Use the hashtag GarageCam. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Jason Allison, monitoring Twitter right now. Use the hashtag GarageCam. Ask us questions. Give us comments. If you want to say, I love this orange car of Brad Keselowski, well, heck, just say it. Chris Buescher, the Bush's Baked Beans, number 37. There's always new things in our garage. You see the Monster Energy logo, new this year, of course, Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Another new thing this year is that Cody Ware is actually going to be driving some in the Cup Series. So tell us about it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. Weather's looking awesome. Going to have a first time out in a Cup car here at Atlanta, and hopefully just get some laps and learn the track. So
how excited are you to start your Cup career this year?
I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, at least 32. It's just between getting to drive here in the Cup Series and racing for my dad, it's going to be an absolute blast.
So how is it racing for your dad? We all know he's got the greatest hair in the garage.
Oh, dude, the Stallion. No one can mimic that hair. Hands down, best hair in the garage.
Have you tried to work on yours?
It's not possible. I need at least another 30 years of experience before I can get that hair. easily 30.
All right, man. We'll have fun out there. Cody Ware, and you see the crew right now pushing the number 51 machine through inspection, and they just as a good driver should. He's helping the team out, pushing the car. We've seen some of the Cup guys do that, but a lot of them just stand behind the car. GarageCam always showing the cars and the stars here, and look at this superstar right here. Dex, he's a one-man pushing machine right there. All right, let's go down the back side of the garage here. Try to show you all the cars today on the show. So make sure you hop on Twitter. That's where we're going to be getting your comments from today. The number 47 of A.J. Allmendinger. What a run that A.J. Allmendinger had at Daytona. Absolutely awesome. Third place finish in the Daytona 500. At Atlanta, 11 starts, 3 top 10 finishes, including 6th place in 2010. So this is a track, as far as the 1.5-mile ovals, that, well, you know, admittedly, this team has said in the past they've struggled a little bit, but this track in particular is a place that A.J. Allmendinger somehow finds speed. I think it's because it's a rough, gritty racetrack that eats up some tires. So the Dinger coming off that strong finish, a little momentum heading into this Atlanta weekend. Sunny D. Sunny D. Hey, Jason Allison, you excited about Sunny D being back?
Are you kidding? What? It's Sunny D.
It's Sunny D. It's Sunny D.
This should be the easiest car for his spotter to find. and I think you know his spotter, right?
Yeah, some guy named Mike Herman Jr. He cut his hair, though. He's not as recognizable. He is the Silver Fox. Well, no. There's a few of them up there that are silverer.
There's only one Silver Fox.
Yeah, there is only one Silver Fox, David Pearson.
He could be like a Silver Muskrat, maybe.
Oh, Mike Herman Jr., you gotta love it. The number 6 car of Trevor Bayne. Going over some things with Matt Pusha in the garage area here. New paint scheme with the Liberty National Life Insurance Company on the Roush Fenway number 6 Ford for this Tennessee native. Right alongside Danica Patrick's number 10. Danica has a 6th place finish here in the past, so good runs for Danica Patrick here. She's actually the top female finisher. You know, there's been 2 other females that have raced here at Atlanta in the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series. Of course, Janet Guthrie. And remember, Shauna Robinson has a Cup start at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Roll on highway, roll on crew, roll on Eagle, like you asked me to. Look at the blue skies right here. This is great. I'm all pumped up. We're all jacked up here at GarageCam. Beautiful day, sunshine, blue skies, a little bit nippy out. But hey, I'm originally from the Northeast, man, so this is like kind of racing weather for me. Cool temperatures, high speeds here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and the last time we'll race here before this track gets resurfaced. Paul Menard, 15 starts, only 1 top 5 finish at Atlanta Motor Speedway, but we talk about momentum, and coming off that really strong run, 5th place in Daytona has got to be something else for this RCR team. It's been a long time since Menard has visited Victory Lane. Let's show you something cool and different right now. And it's kind of the talk of the garage right now is the new rules package. You see this spoiler right here on this number 43 car. It's reduced in size. It's now 2 3/8 inches high. It used to be 3.5 inches high. The length of the spoiler from this side to this side is exactly the same, though. One thing also to point out here for you at home watching this right here, this fin right here is now tapered. It doesn't just go across here, it's tapered from a bigger size right here to a smaller size to pretty much evenly match that spoiler height on the back of the race car. Less downforce on these machines. Of course, there's that new tire rule that you have to race with the tires that you qualify with. Some new nuances in the rules package starting this weekend at Atlanta, and I guarantee you, I'm a racing guy. I've been involved in this sport for a long time. These changes, we are going in the right direction as a sport. These cars are going to be hard to handle, and you got to love it. Blaine Smith, question. How much influence / collaboration does NASCAR have with Goodyear regarding the tires? Well, a lot, because these Goodyear tires are tested at almost all the tracks that we go to. And then if they're not tested, say this year, they've got notes on tests from previous years. And when they change the tire combinations, the teams and Goodyear and NASCAR all have a say in it. So, you know, you'll see a lot of times if you look up on NASCAR.com, you'll see, oh, well, they had a Goodyear tire test. Well, what is that? That's a test where Goodyear brings a different platform of tire, a few different combinations of compound, and and multi-layers, and as far as the compound is concerned, and they test those tires in that test. The teams get to use some of the data for their own self too. So Goodyear definitely does have a lot of communication with NASCAR. Good question there. Blaine, right? Blaine Smith? Tigger checking in. Tigger switching from being the queen of the chat room to now being the queen of NASCAR.com on Twitter using hashtag GarageCam. Jeffrey Earnhardt, we talked to him last week. He was so tickled to death to run the Daytona 500 in this black and silver number 33. My boy right here on this crew, here, we're live in the garage, and hey, you got to meet a pretty big celebrity last week, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Bumped into my boy Rob Gronkowski.
What are you, a Patriot fan or something?
A little bit. I'm sure most of the people that work with me in here know.
He probably has Patriot underwear on right now, actually.
Yeah, I just might. No, it was pretty cool. Rob was a cool guy. I got to meet his dad. Great group of people.
All right, the number 38 with Good Sam on it in Camping World. Great to see the sponsorship on this number 38 of David Reagan, the native of Unadilla, Georgia. Great hometown right there. And actually spent some time with Ken Reagan yesterday, his dad, who used to race in the Cup Series. He showed me an old Lost Speedway. Middle Georgia Raceway held 9 Cup races. Winners ranging from Richard Petty and Bobby Allison, and got to walk the track yesterday, and what a thrill that was. Of course, the Reagan family, so big here in the Atlanta area, and so many fans here in the grandstands and in this area when you travel around. And we were at a Waffle House yesterday, and people are coming up and asking about David and how things are going and the new sponsorship with Camping World. Definitely some homeboy Georgia stuff right there, and people loving it. Hey, Matt DiBenedetto is here. Pool Shark. All right, Matt DiBenedetto. Are you aware that your car is unique for a specific reason?
What's that?
You're at least looking around the garage, I don't see many people with a bear on your car.
Really?
You have a bear in your car.
I know. It's cool, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's the flag, the California state flag.
True.
So you folks at home that don't know, it's California state
California
flag.
guy.
So, all right, man. California guy, but you're in the ATL, man. You ready to go?
I'm not sure. We're a little behind, to be honest. So it was great, obviously, last weekend. We had a good run.
Yes.
So that was cool to start the year that way. But a lot of stuff didn't get done that I was supposed to. And so we're starting definitely a little farther behind than we want. But hopefully we'll get it figured out here and get going.
And these 32 boys scratching and clawing. We got a new rules package this week. Initial thoughts, are you excited about it? I mean, it's going to put a lot back in y'all's hands.
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, I like the aero, the less downforce the better. It's more fun, especially here, man. Atlanta's one of my favorite tracks, all slick and worn out, sliding around. So this is one of the best racetracks in my opinion. I'll hate to see it get repaved because, dude, this place is the best. But yeah, it'll. The aero package will be fun. The racing will be good. We'll be dang struggling to put the throttle down wide open until we're on the straightaway. So that's the fun stuff. I just hope we can, get in the ballpark and run decent and make it through it. So we'll do our best with what we got.
All right, Matt DiBenedetto, the California native, this Can-Am number 32 team a little bit behind. You can see him thrashing on this car right now to get it ready, and that California flag above the driver's door, computers hooked up, getting some decals on this 32 right now. Got the little, anytime you see the blowtorch working in the garage, getting those decals on there. Hey man, decals make it look fast. Gray Galding driving the Dr. Pepper number 23 for BKR, Team BKR this week at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The youngster crew thrashing right now, getting underneath this Toyota. A good run for Cole Witt last week. Spent a lot of time towards the front of the field for the number 72. Renee Filters on this machine, and a sponsor here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. They're sponsoring the Xfinity race, so cool to see a great sponsor like Renai on the side of this number 72. And I kind of like the old school numbers, Cole Witt's numbers. They're pretty cool looking. right alongside new paint schemes here on NASCAR.com. We have a little new paint scheme page, but also if you want to see them kind of live, you can see them right here on NASCAR.com every week, because we usually bring you this show right before that first practice. Halfway through the show, says our flag man. Halfway, come on, give us the crossed off flag. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Now they know we're halfway on the show. Eric Jones, the Sirius XM satellite radio machine. Of course, the NASCAR channel, you got to have it locked to that, man, whether you're listening to Moody or Claire or any of them. Awesome. Blaine Smith checking in. Leah Bartlett, you got a request too. We're going to get you here. Here you go. Here we go. Doing some work on the back of this number 77. Ryan Blaney, a second place finish in the Daytona 500 for this young driver. And as a matter of fact, I think I see that young driver right there. How about this trio of drivers right here? And two guys in particular that had pretty darn good weekends last weekend at Daytona.
What?
Pretty good weekend last weekend at Daytona.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. We just got lucky and stayed out of stuff and had enough gas to cross the start-finish line. So that wasn't too bad.
You know, last year, I think it was Texas, we interviewed you on GarageCam, and you're like, man, I hadn't been interviewed in a little while. It's going to be a little different after that Daytona finish.
I appreciate you coming by. You're my first one with the camera that come by today, and you're making me feel really good before practice. This is getting me ready to go.
Did you know that GarageCam is not just for the fans, it's to give drivers self-esteem?
I thought that was the main priority, to help us.
Yeah, we'll just say that.
All right, so you got to come around more often.
Okay, we'll do that for you.
How about,
Super Shoe right here makes the Daytona 500, pulling double duty this weekend at Atlanta.
I'm excited about it. We got the Young Guns Camry over there in the Xfinity side, and then we got the Dustin Blasting Camry again this week in the Cup side. I think it's going to help out a ton doing both. I've only done it one other time at Charlotte, so that was a couple years ago. So I'm excited to get in it and see what kind of speed this Cup car's got. I think the Xfinity car will be decent. We know where we got to make it better, and I'm just trying to gain as much experience as I can and see what happens.
All right, Super Shoe. We've already talked to this guy right here, but Super Shoe in the number 83 right there. Rolling by the restrooms. Very scenic part of GarageCam today. Yeah. Luke Lambert and the boys working on the Caterpillar. Number 31, Ryan Newman. Newman, I believe, has like 8 poles here, dude. Like 0 wins for Ryan Newman, but he has like, I think it's 8 poles here at Atlanta. Wow, that's spectacular. Speaking of spectacular, it's just spectacular to see Dale Earnhardt Jr. back in the saddle again in this number 88. He's got a win here, but man, it's all the way back in 2004. When my wife was a race fan, coming here with her uncle and dad, watching him win in the Budweiser car, 2004. That was like 13 years ago, dude. Average finish, 11.6, but hey, you know what? That's a really good average finish. So if you're playing NASCAR.com Fantasy Live, make sure you check this out, because the last 2 finishes for Dale Earnhardt Jr. at Atlanta have been a second and a third. And Rob Lopes in the house on GarageCam. Leah Bartlett, you wanted to see the Farmers Insurance number 5 car of Casey Kane. Well, there it is. Hey, let's show you Junior's helmet. Come on. Gotta love this. Nick Pastora, of course, painting. You know, I told him last week this is kind of subtle for him. He's like, come on, man, subtle. That thing is cool. I'm like, no, it's subtle because it's like blue on navy and blue. It doesn't stand out as much, but it is really cool, the detail involved in the personality of Nick Pastora's paints on his helmet. Landon Castle, play it safe around railroad tracks. The message on the side of this near 200 mile per hour billboard at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The big race on Sunday. Make sure you, if you're in the area, come on. You got to come on. Casey Kane's ride. You see the new stickers on board here, and of course the 88 right there. Dale Earnhardt Jr. Well, there is Junebug talking to our Jason Allison. All right, man. You ready?
I gave him the old racing surface.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, hey, real quick, since we're live, how much are you looking forward to this old girl one last time, that old pavement at Atlanta Motor Speedway?
Kind of sad about it. You really, really like it when the tracks get like this, when they get this slick, and the drivers really enjoy it a lot. Hopefully, when they repave it, they've learned a few things so it doesn't last so long.
We just need technology, man, to make these repaves where it's like, the aggregate kind of wears off a little quicker or something.
Yeah, they just need, they started using rubber polymers and stuff like that in the mix, and they need to get away from that, but go back to crushed sheet gel and stuff like that, rock, to fill in some of that ratio. But I'm no expert. I just know what them old racetracks look like, and hopefully this place it'll age pretty quickly.
All right, Dale Earnhardt Jr., this number 88 nationwide ride. Always good to have June on the show. Grabbing a word with our producer, Jason Allison, before going live. I don't think he realized he was live there for a second. That's always the fun thing about NASCAR.com, GarageCam, man. People realize, oh, wait, no, this is GarageCam. I got to talk. Clint Boyer. Wow, talk about new paint schemes, man. Dude, this thing is ripped. The number 14, Haas CNC, flat red. Okay, let's see if we could show you the difference maybe on camera. You see that right there, the gloss on that red right there? Well, we got this flat red going on Clint Boyer's Haas number 14. That is pretty darn cool right there. One of the cooler looking paint schemes we've seen so far this year, by far. It'll show up really well on the track. And of course, that familiar number 3, Austin Dillon, pulling double duty again this week. Will be Austin Dillon. 4 Cup starts here at AMS. His best finish, of course, 11th last year. That was a good run. Really kind of set the table for their success last year, making the chase. This team, of course, making the chase as well. A little flat red on the number 11 as well. The number 1, Jamie McMurray. All Truex here. Jersey boy with the tracker boats on board. Bass Pro Shops, got the fish on the hood, the bait shop, as we like to call it. The best bait shop in the world, I'll tell you that. There ain't nothing like it. And the Goodyear Eagles. There's the Mayetta, New Jersey native looking at the board right now. Checking out some of those Xfinity Series speeds. We'll roll on here. Chase Elliott, the number 24. Take a look at this, folks. Look at that helmet. That's a pretty slick looking paint scheme on Chase Elliott's helmet as well. The number 24. I like the new paint scheme on here too, with the yellow that kind of swoops down and hooks around. Always really nice. That's what's exciting about the beginning of the year here. The shine still hasn't wore off from Daytona. It's always good to get back to a new season. And this, in many ways, a lot of the competitors, a lot of the crews here consider this the start of a new season. The number 42, Kyle Larson. Right alongside Kevin Harvick, a winner here. That feel-good win just a few weeks after the passing of Dale Earnhardt. It's not been the best place for Kevin Harvick historically and statistically, if you're a stat nerd like myself. But the Jimmy John's car always prepared well. Always a fast car when it unloads. And of course, how could we not show the Monster Energy number 41? First sponsor, the first week of the primary sponsorship on this ride, that paint scheme for Kurt Busch. And of course, the big Daytona 500 win last week. And it is amazing the joy that Kurt Busch had last week and this week on the Media Blitz. because no matter what now, Kurt Busch will always be known, will always be introduced, not just as a NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series champion, but as a Daytona 500 champion. And that's an awesome thing right there. Kurt can't wipe the smile off his face lately, and I don't blame him whatsoever. Strapping into this number 41. And I know the boys were really excited about that Daytona 500 champion sticker they were able to put on the transporter. Denny Hamlin, one of only, I believe, 7 previous winners at AMS 2012. He's got a pole here as well. Matt Kenseth, I believe he has like 28 starts, I think it is, Matt Kenseth, with 0 wins. But over half of his finishes have been in the top 10. He's got a few runner-ups too. But can't believe after all these years, Matt Kenseth, the Wisconsin native, has yet to win at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Of course, we only race here once a year now, but 28 starts, and that's unreal. The Aris ride, Daniel Suarez. Here is Suarez, about ready to get in for practice number 1. We look at this Snickers ride. Suarez about to climb in his car here. And out of all the tracks that Suarez will be debuting at in the Cup Series, this is probably one of the places with the most experience, man. This is going to be like your 5th start at this racetrack, so it's like a comfortable pair of shoes, probably.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. Let's see. The first practice is going to be a good reference. Let's see how it works.
All right, Daniel Suarez, the number 19 Aris Toyota from the Joe Gibbs Racing Camp. Kyle Busch alongside last year's winner in the Xfinity Series at Atlanta. Joey Logano's mean-looking ride right there, the number 22, the Connecticut native. Let's roll over here. Last week we didn't show you much of this number 48 Lowe's ride at the Daytona International Speedway for GarageCam, but check it out. Let's give some shout-outs here for anybody that's on hashtag GarageCam. But Jimmy Johnson, Tigra checking in. Nice win for Kurt. But Jimmy Johnson, 25 starts. 5 wins. Okay. I always talk about stat nerds. Let's put this into perspective here. The most wins at Atlanta Motor Speedway all time is Dale Earnhardt. Okay? Dale Earnhardt had 9 wins at Atlanta. 46 starts. 46 starts for the Intimidator. 5 wins for Jimmy Johnson in only 25 starts. That's averaging about a win every 5 races, and that is absolutely spectacular. The pure dominance of this Hendrick Motorsports team at this gritty, old, fast racetrack in Atlanta. You know, another thing I want to mention that I think is really cool about this new rules package, and I think it's the thing that gets the least amount of pub, and it would be the rear skew of these race cars. And trying to explain that, it's kind of hard to explain it, but if you've ever watched a Cup race and you see the cars walk off the corner and they're kind of sideways, they're all yawed out kind of sideways, we're talking about rear skew, also known as rear steer in a way. So basically now the cars have to be 0 rear steer. They have to be lined up completely straight, those rear ends. So you're not going to see as much of that anymore, especially at these 1.5 miles. And I think that's something that's going to even the playing field aerodynamically between these teams. And, you know, the spoilers and all the tangible things will get more attention. But I think that's really one of the biggest rule changes for sure. All right, the cars are about to roll out here. Tigra checking in saying, I miss Carl. She misses Carl Edwards. Well, you know what? We love Daniel Suarez, but we sure do miss Carl too. What a great guy. Jimmy Johnson's number 48 rolling out. Logano's 22. We'll show you some of the cars rolling out onto the track right now. Matt Kenseth, ready to go at Atlanta. Make sure to tune in later on today, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. NASCAR.com will have GarageCam live from the NASCAR Xfinity Series garage. You won't want to miss it. We're going to have a lot of fun over there for sure. Make sure you keep it on Twitter, hashtag GarageCam. No matter who your favorite driver is, Tigra right there, I know this is your favorite driver checking in, the number 4 car. no matter who your driver is, make sure you watch from your couch, from your living room, from the local bar and grill, I don't care. Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500, Sunday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox. Listen to it on PRN if you're driving in that car, driving in that big rig, and of course, tune in to Sirius XM Satellite Radio for race 2 out of 36 at this 1.5-mile gem. Atlanta Motor Speedway, bringing you some fast action. I'm your host, Matthew Dillner, and until next time, we'll see you at the races.